It's more confusing than Inception, harder than an erection. It's cooler than Andre 3000. Oh, let's get ready for Sweet Connection.
Hello and welcome to Sweet Connection. I'm your host, Catters. With me today, as always, Jason Lewis. Jason,
you
long
sound
time
a bit more
no
upbeat
see.
with that intro. The last few has been like slitting your wrists. That one seemed alright.
That's why I needed a break last week, Jason. Just couldn't face it. How have you been in the past 3 weeks?
Yeah, good.
Your son had a birthday.
He
How
did.
was that? Yeah.
Emotional.
Yeah.
He walks now.
How's his party?
Overwhelming for him.
Oh, thanks for the
Too
invite.
much. You did get invited. You didn't turn up because Laura was at work. And
I
you
didn't
couldn't
turn up.
bring yourself to be around other people
I
without
haven't-
your future wife.
I
there.
haven't been to my own nephew's birthday parties.
Yeah, but my son's more important,
Oh, okay.
isn't he?
Possibly.
Isn't
I mean,
he?
he's certainly equal,
Isn't
which is
he?
why I treated him the same as if he was my relative by not turning up to his party.
That's brilliant.
Okay?
I might use that excuse.
That's fine. For the past 3 weeks, what have you been up to?
Painting
Painting what?
today.
Art or your
I've been
house?
doing self-portraits
Yeah.
on
A selfie,
myself
if you will. It
On-
takes 4 hours to paint yourself a selfie.
on my bedroom wall. So there's just a big painting on my face. It's all grey, but
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah,
Okay. Painting's fucking boring, isn't
it
it?
is, isn't it?
How is it 2020? We haven't come up with a faster way to paint a
We
wall.
have painted with decorators.
They use the same techniques we do. They have a little tiny brush and they paint a massive fucking wall. Why don't you have some kind of sprayer? You know, like how you can
I think they do.
how you can respray
Have you seen like
garden
these
fences.
fake like American sort of telly adverts for paintbrushes? And it's like you just fill up the roller and you do it in one roll, and it's all this sort of stuff. And
What you need,
no splash.
what you need is a roller, but it's got like a pipe going down to the paint pot, and you can roll without having to refill the roller.
That's what I'm just saying.
Oh, I
is one.
see. That seems like a great idea.
Yeah, but buy one, and there's American telly adverts, and it doesn't work.
That's good.
Probably $49.99.
Brilliant.
I can't do accents.
No, you can't do accents.
We've probably lost all our American listeners. Did we still keep track of where our listeners are from?
Yeah, they're all mostly Bangladesh and Pakistan.
Oh.
I've told you this before.
Yeah, but I thought it was
We
like
got-
America
well-
and the UK and
No. Well,
a bit of Cambodia, but not anymore.
we had one Cambodian listener, and then I think if you recall, you
Someone
insulted the
them.
nation of Cambodia because you thought it was in Africa.
So did you.
So did I.
you.
And I still think it's in Africa to this day. I haven't been convinced that it's not.
And that's not the real reason why I insulted them, is it? Let's be honest. I questioned whether they had the internet.
Oh, I see. Yes, which in a way is quite insulting.
That is quite insulting.
But anyway, there's been a lot of news happening in the past 3 weeks.
We've got a lot to catch
a
up
lot
on.
to go up for. Okay, first of all, bit of local news.
Oh.
Did you hear the Felixstowe bang?
No, I didn't hear
What
it.
was the Felixstowe bang?
So it was a lorry on...
It wasn't a lorry, it was a van. You've already got the story wrong already. It's a van. It was a van.
It was a gas... Or was it an oil van, wasn't it?
It was a van which had some gas canisters in the back,
Yeah.
which was down the port, and somehow it caught fire. I don't know how things just randomly catch fire, but it somehow caught fire,
Arson.
and it exploded big time.
Yeah.
Now, I live, as the crow flies, 1.6 kilometres, which is basically a mile, away from the port.
Yeah.
I was in bed, and I heard that was really loud.
Well, I only live round
Really,
the corner
really
from
loud.
you,
Yeah.
don't I?
Yeah,
And
so
I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it?
No, but I also
You were
went for a
asleep.
period up until the last couple of days where I've been deaf. Whenever I get a cold, remember how like my throat used to swell up because of my tonsils?
Yeah.
Well, now I don't have any. That's gone. But now I go deaf, like my hearing like blocks,
Wow.
and it's great for the first few days. I get a bit piece of peace quiet, but then I couldn't really hear anything afterwards,
Yeah.
and I didn't hear the bang.
I was in bed, and that
Well,
woke
it's
me
at
up.
9 o'clock, right? What were you still in bed?
It was a Saturday. Thank you very much.
I was working.
So, yeah, I mean, you know, it's obviously living so close to the port, I'm used to, like, a few bangs and crashes and stuff. But
Yeah.
that was fucking loud. My friend from work, who also lives a similar distance away, said that it shook his house. It did shake a few houses. It was very, very loud.
My
Amazing.
brother was on the port at the time, and he didn't hear it.
Amazingly, no one was hurt or killed, which is
Yeah.
good. But also, when a gas
I thought you were about to say
canister...
that's a shame.
But also, when, like, one of those big gas canister goes off, it basically fires like a torpedo,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah.
So imagine...
Lit.
Imagine being the poor sod, like, walking into work. He just looks at it and sees a gas canister torpedo coming up, hits him in
Gas
the
canister
face.
torpedo.
He gets his head cut off
Ugh.
by a gas canister. But
thankfully, that didn't happen.
No, it
Facebook
didn't
went
happen.
mental afterwards, wasn't it?
yeah,
Like 50 posts saying, "What's that bang? What's that bang?" And then everyone's commenting saying, "Oh, I bet there's been a murder."
I have to say, my first reaction was, "Is that a terrorist thing?"
Well, we've got
Such
the
a good-
largest port in the UK. haven't
Exactly.
we?
So you think it would be prime target
Yeah.
for ISIS?
It's prime target in the war.
Yeah, exactly. So
And it wasn't even that big
that was
in the
that was
war.
my first reaction.
Yeah. Why haven't they bombed it yet?
See, after I
Basically what we're saying.
heard it, I went to have a look out the window, and what I expected to see was just a giant fireball shockwave. I'd be like, I just open the curtains, see a mushroom crack on towards me, close the curtains again,
Get back into
go back
bed.
into bed, and just
Worry
get
about
under
it.
the covers, worry about it in
No,
15
you don't want to get
seconds.
under the covers because, your vertical bloody... Was it?
Horizontal.
Horizontal.
I can sleep horizontal. It's only if I'm trapped in some kind of cave.
Yeah, but your head under the duvet surely must set you off.
No, that's fine. If I get entirely under the covers, that sets me off a little bit.
I often sit there and chuckle and think about that time where we weren't recording and you're showing me an example of how it sets you off by standing next to your door, opening and closing it towards you, saying, "See, I'm fine. And then lying under your coffee table saying, "See, I'm fucking shitting myself." That was the best 5 minutes of my life.
That's good. Obviously, this story, you'll love it. I've been fucking hating it. I've been hating how much the news have been talking about it.
Yeah.
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
Yeah.
Megxit.
Makes
Now,
it.
you're a royalist.
Yeah.
So this should be quite a balanced opinion because I fucking hate the royal family and you love them. So what's
Yeah.
your opinion as a dirty, toff loyalist?
I don't care.
We found some common ground over the royal family.
He's always going to be a royal. Like, he's not. I know. Like, if,
Well, not anymore, he's not, is he?
We
That's
think,
literally the whole point.
we compare the two, him and Prince Andrew. Who went out more gracefully. At this rate, by the sounds of it, bloody Andrew. But no, you can see where he's coming from because the press are just horrible, horrible people,
They
aren't
have
they?
been really, really horrible to
yeah.
Meghan. Now, I'm not saying she's the best person in the world
But she's better than Piers Morgan.
because I had a week off during this 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So I was watching a lot. I had a really busy week. I sat on my ass and did nothing because Laura was also off work. So I literally had the house to myself for a week. It was
She was off work.
No, she was at work.
Oh, right.
It was my idea of heaven to just have the house to myself for a week. It was
That's the
fucking
dream for me.
perfect. Anyway, I got a free 7-day Sky Movies subscription.
Brilliant.
So I was just watching films.
How many
I asked-
game shows did you watch?
I watched a lot of The Chase. As
Have you watched Tenable yet?
what the fuck is Tenable?
It's on before Tipping Point. So it goes
Which
like
I've also never
Dickinson's
watched.
Real Deal,
Yeah.
Tenable, Tipping Point, The Chase. If you get day off, that's your day sorted. Tenable is hosted by Warwick Davis, and it's a bit like Family Fortunes, I guess I could say.
I was watching quite a lot of news.
Oh yes,
That was all that was on.
yeah.
I watched the 6 o'clock news, which in the UK is probably
At 6 o'clock.
it's our main news.
Yeah.
Hour, 6 o'clock news. That's really important news. And it's only half an hour long. They started talking about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. I was like, no, I turned it over. I came back 15 minutes later. They were still talking about them. Something must have happened. Iran, the fires in Australia.
Felixstowe bang.
Felixstowe, where's that on the news? I'm sick of fucking hearing about it.
Well, again,
Are they going to pay for their own security and stuff now?
yeah, they are. They're going to pay their
Good.
way.
And they're also going to repay the taxpayers' money that we gave them to do up their house, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because we gave them 2.4 million.
But again,
Rip-off.
it's... Again, I had no problem with that. It's not like it's 2.4 million of my money, is it? I wish I had that sort of money.
No, it literally is our money.
Yeah, but I didn't donate. I donated probably like £6 towards that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with donating £6 to Prince Harry's house, or just Harry's house.
Actually, how it should work, if you are a royalist and you like the royal family, then you should pay towards it. If you're like me and you want to overthrow them, you should have a little opt-out system where they can't get any of your money.
But
Would that not work? Because why is it fair that I, who want to overthrow the royal family, have to pay for them?
Who would you want in charge then?
No, I just think they're pointless because they don't
So
do
you
anything.
want to do like Americans, have a president?
Just call Boris Johnson a fucking president. It doesn't matter. He's actually still in
It does
charge.
matter calling Boris Johnson president.
They're
It matters
costing
calling
us
Prime
money.
Minister, let's be honest.
Ugh, whatever.
No, but again,
What else has happened? No,
you can understand
I'm
why
not,
they've done it.
I'm not dedicating
Because
any more of
again-
the show.
Because again, he's not going to be king, is he? So what's being a prince all about?
He might be king if William dies.
No, because William's kids then gets the throne.
If they all die.
Yeah, but if they all die, then he's first suspect, let's be honest.
Maybe they're just going through a tunnel in a Fiat and,
Well, the thing is, if he stayed in the royal family, that's probably what would have happened to Meghan, let's be honest.
That's what might happen to her now. And we are, of course, insinuating that the Queen allegedly killed Prince Diana.
No, she didn't.
That's why I put the word. That's why I put the word allegedly.
The press killed Diana, and that's a fact.
What else happened? The war with Iran. The war that didn't happen, but looked like for a bit it was going to be World War III.
And it just became a meme. It lived a shorter life as a meme than like the Running Man challenge or the Ice Bucket challenge. The meme of World War III was shorter than the neck nomination.
It didn't even last that long as an event. No, it was like a week and a half, 2 weeks between Donald Trump killing one of the Iranian generals and then Iran saying that they accidentally shot down a passenger plane. And that they were sorry, and that was kind of the end of it. That was all within 2 weeks. So the meme of it lasted longer than 2 weeks. Yeah. So crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Donald Trump just decided to kill an Iranian general.
If we went to war and it was back to the old like World War II times, you had to sign up for national service, what would be your excuse to not do it?
First of all, you don't sign up for national service. You get told you have to do national service.
Right, okay.
You sign up for the army. You're thinking of the army, Jason.
No,
what you're saying, it was to be reinstated, and everyone between 18 and 29 had to do it.
And then we obviously had to go to war. What would be your excuse to not do it?
I don't think I could give an excuse, because frankly, I think that you take one look at me and you think, that's exactly the sort of guy we want.
No, they'd say you're about 2 foot too short.
No, because surely I'm also a smaller target.
I would hide.
I'm a very short, wide target. All right? I can hide very well in a trench. It didn't have to be a very deep trench to cover me.
I would do anything to not go. I'd hide in the woods.
Would you maybe saw off your own leg?
I'd pretend to do it.
Actually, if you just pretended to be mentally ill, they can't let anyone know who's mentally ill. I would research on the internet the symptoms of like schizophrenia or something, and I would, being very noble, fake that I have a mental illness. That's how noble I am.
I could not be in the army. Look at me. I won't last 2 minutes in there.
Yeah, but maybe they would help you out.
For starters, I have the hair like yours.
Maybe that would give you some discipline.
I'm quite disciplined.
Are you?
But
not physically.
Not physically.
Or mentally. Or emotionally.
Yeah.
Or at all.
Oh, just a bit.
You're a bit of a mare, aren't you?
Yeah, but I could do it. Could not do it.
I'm sure that I could do it, but I actually think if I went from 18 straight into the armed services, I reckon I'd be all right. But now I'm a bit older. If some like a drill sergeant is shouting "cunt" in my face, I'll just walk off.
Like, what are you playing at?
I'll be like, "What? You can just say what you need to say without calling me a cunt.
Why don't you just be nice to me?
Why don't you just talk to me like a normal fucking person?"
Listen, John, right? Do you really think I'm going to fight for you? No. Show me a little bit of respect, and then maybe I might actually turn up on tomorrow.
It goes both ways.
You want me on that plane? You better fucking say sorry.
And then I'll just be, punched in the stomach immediately and just kicked into a bloody pulp.
Yeah, then you wouldn't go, would you? But I'm not going because he just beat me up. Sir. I'm going straight to the head.
Oh, that's good. And also, very recently, we've had the coronavirus.
I think I've got it. My corona.
What a way to make fun of a disease.
Do you know, it goes really well with Lyme disease.
Oh, you stole that. You stole that off the internet, probably. I know every time that you steal a joke, Jason. Don't think that I don't know. Yeah. Make it very obvious.
I keep sniffing, sorry.
Yeah,
I think I'm allergic to this room.
That's pretty mental, isn't it? Coronavirus. That's going to be...
Yeah, I think I've got it.
Haven't got corona? Have you been to Wuhan?
Oh, dying.
Have you been where? Have you been to Wuhan? Wuhan, which is the city which is
probably
literally...
in Cambodia.
No, it's in China.
Close. Maybe. I can't remember if I went there last week or not.
Yeah. Probably remember a 14-hour plane journey and then possibly dying of the coronavirus.
Yeah, maybe.
Is that going to get us all, do you reckon?
Well,
is that going to be the thing?
They said the same about swine flu,
and then bird flu, foot and mouth, AIDS, the Black Death. Although to be fair, that did literally kill 1/3 of Europe.
The plague was good, wasn't it?
Plague killed 1/3 of Europe. So to be fair, that did pretty well.
Yeah, for how diseases went,
that was. I mean, fair play to the plague.
9 out of 10.
You also got the Spanish flu as well. Flu in general kills a lot of, like thousands of
That's
people.
That's called Jose, isn't it?
What?
Jose flu.
What do you mean?
The Spanish flu. Jose. Arriba. That's Mexican.
Anyway. So, yeah.
That was just bad. Yeah, so a lot's happened. And people must have thought, oh, God, has the Felixstowe bang, the news of Prince Harry and Meghan and the coronavirus, has that wiped out the show? And let's be honest, yes, it did.
For 1 week.
I couldn't cope with the news of Harry. You were caught in the Felixstowe bang.
Yeah.
The coronavirus didn't exist. We didn't sign up for World War III, so we're back. We're back.
Actually, like,
with a bang, funny enough.
Actually,
if you pardon the pun.
If we got drafted into the army because of national service,
can we be bunk buddies?
Do you think we could have our own army radio show? What the fuck was that?
That was tuning in on their walkie-talkies. I don't know how it works, Ben. All right.
They don't have walkie-talkies anymore. Surely they just have
Bluetooth
mobiles. Yeah.
They have a what do you call it? You know, if you own like 2 iWatches, they could be like walkie-talkies.
Can they?
Yeah. So
wow.
everyone has a...
That's a very expensive way of getting a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
You buy two £200 Apple Watches.
Do you want one?
As opposed to a £15 walkie-talkie.
That way we can do
set.
the show without me having to come round.
I haven't used a walkie-talkie. I wonder when the last time I used a walkie-talkie was.
6, maybe? Played hide and seek.
Yeah. Must have been 6 or 7. I miss walkie. They were the bomb.
Do you reckon if we got some proper ones, it would work from my house to your house?
Yeah, probably.
A proper one's like 200 quid.
I mean, surely they've got like big range these days.
I reckon we'd interfere with the ships though, going into the docks.
Maybe.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Ben, do you want a cup of tea? This is Captain Mark. Do you mind getting off the line? Fuck off, Mark.
Some Chinese captain, and he can't hear the instructions from the port. He just crashes into the port.
Crashes into the pier. Oops.
Not the pier. That's the best pub in Felixstowe on the pier.
It's the most expensive pub in Felixstowe.
Yeah, but it's worth
it's
it.
Like £4.50 for dark fruits.
It's worth it though. Did you hear the news last night?
Fuck me, this
morning?
is the news special, isn't it, this week?
There has been a lot of news, and it didn't help. I've got so much news to speak about, and then Kobe Bryant died yesterday. I was like, for fuck's sake, something else to talk about.
That was sad, wasn't it?
Is it sad, though?
Well, of course it is. Someone died.
Yes, but he also probably raped a woman, allegedly.
Well, he also had 4 kids, and one of them died with him.
I read about it today. He definitely, probably, allegedly raped someone.
Did you hear TMZ reported it before his wife knew? So TMZ reported it to the World Wide Web before his wife knew that her husband and her child died.
How did that happen?
TMZ are evil.
Yeah, I mean, they are the worst.
They are the worst kind of human beings.
Worst.
You got Piers Morgan phone hacking dead children, and then TMZ. Do you know what? Fuck you, Piers Morgan. Go fuck yourself.
Sweet connection telling you to go and fuck yourself.
And TMZ.
Sweet connection telling you to go and fuck yourself.
Okay. I put it in twice.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, that's fine.
I also got it wrong, didn't I? When I said fuck you.
You did, yeah. That's
you looked at me as if to say, this has been a while.
That's not your catchphrase, Jason.
But yeah, it's very sad. It's very sad.
How's that possible, though? So,
well, I guess
were they watching the helicopter crash? And rather than phone for an ambulance, they're just already uploading it to...
Well, I imagine, isn't it? Like, because obviously they've got eyes everywhere. They saw the plane crash, or the helicopter crash. People are on the scene. And I guess they just sort of, like, listen to the police. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
That is mental, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And very, horrible for the wife to find out that way.
Imagine scrolling through Twitter and be like,
oh, my husband's dead.
Oh, and my daughter. My
definitely probably rapist husband
They also tweeted, I don't know if it was them or Fox or someone tweeted saying
Fox
that
News can go fuck themselves.
All 4 of his children on the helicopter.
Only one of them were.
Only one of them was. And his younger child is like 4 months old. So he reported that a 4-month-old died before having it confirmed.
That sounds like Fox News to me.
Yeah, one of them. Someone else done that. Awful news.
See, here's what I want to talk about.
There we go.
Because, as I said, he did probably, maybe, allegedly rape a woman because he settled it out of court anyway. So, why do we forgive sports stars for horrible behaviour like that? Mike Tyson is a convicted rapist. And yet, everyone probably mostly has a positive image of Mike Tyson. He is still about today. He's on TV. He's appeared in films. Why have we all forgot that? That he actually definitely raped, I think maybe his housekeeper or something, and that suddenly we're now okay with that. How good do you have to be at sport to be forgiven?
Well,
could a semi-pro punch a toddler?
Do you know what? I
also
think there's a bit of discrimination involved because look at Oscar Pistorius. No one likes him anymore. He didn't get away with it.
I mean, yeah, you're right. But I do find it interesting that people like Kobe Bryant, people like Mike Tyson, Ibrahimovic, who has not raped anyone, I'm not saying he has, but is definitely a dreadful human being who likes to start fights with his teammates and beat people up and stuff. Yeah. Everyone loves him. So it's just...
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
There was rumours that he was quite a serious...
allegation.
That's been ruled out now, hasn't it? But you've got Ched Evans. Do you know the story about Ched Evans? He was a footballer who was jailed for rape, done his time, come out and got a professional contract again. And there was this whole sort of like should he be given his job back as a professional footballer after, and he did. And then all of a sudden there was a retrial and he was found innocent. Bit
dodgy.
But yeah, there's a whole debate, wasn't there? Should he have a professional contract again?
So
it does.
So is it because, let's say that you are a Mike Tyson fan and you watched him box in the 80s, so that you watched him box when you were like a kid, for example, you had those lovely golden memories that even though logically you then know when you found out he was a convicted rapist, that's your brain, but your heart is still... wants to cling to those golden memories, and it doesn't compute.
See, any other normal rapist, you're like, I hope he dies.
That's exactly what I mean. But yet, why do we idolise people who are very good at sports, but probably dreadful human beings? Yeah. Obviously, varying levels of dreadful from being a definite rapist to, or just being a bit of a bellend like Kanye West.
Best one is O.J. Simpson, isn't it? You know, he was when that trial was happening. Have you watched the People vs. O.J. Simpson?
No.
When the trial was happening, it was like so obvious that he'd done it. And he was still having like fans saying, and then he was found innocent and all that, and it was so clear that he was guilty. And then he releases a book saying how he pretty much done it. And then he gets jailed for like armed robbery, and yet now he's still treated like a god.
No, he's not. No, he's not treated like a god now, is he, Wally?
He's still got massive.
He's not.
Look at his Twitter page. Look at his Twitter page.
I'll take your word for it.
So this is an interesting debate.
It is an interesting debate. We are definitely not qualified to be speaking about this. No. Obviously, garbage people who have talent in some sport or something, or music or whatever, bring joy to the world. Cheryl Cole. We did. Cheryl Cole beat up a black toilet attendant.
And got swept under the carpet.
Yeah, that's why. That's what I mean. So it's interesting how we will let people
get away with stuff.
If they're very talented or we like them.
Yeah.
Bit concerning, isn't it?
Yeah. So the key is, if you want to be a supervillain, is to get famous first and then do it.
I want to tell a story about how I'm an incredibly annoying person to live with.
Okay.
And probably a very terrible fiancé.
I've noticed that the more and more we do the show, the more buttons are on.
Yeah, because it's fucking hot in here.
And I'm enjoying it.
It's very hot.
I can't wait to see what happens at the end. It might be hot to wear a fucking shirt and
jogging bottoms. This is true. Anyway, I went to the shop and I was buying some beer because, it's me.
It's 9 o'clock on a Monday.
Yeah. Sometimes, if I fancy a treat, I'll buy a couple of cream eggs.
Yeah.
One for me, one for Laura.
Especially as it's cream egg season, it's 2 for £1, of course.
Not in the shop I get them from.
Oh.
Anyway.
Better or worse?
Oh, worse, definitely.
Oh.
It's like £1 each, I think.
Where are you going?
Going to a local convenience store.
Oh, you idiot.
So I bought what I thought was 2 cream eggs.
Yeah.
And then I got home, turns out I bought 1 cream egg and 1 caramel egg.
Oh, they're tasty, they are.
They're not, they're fucking dreadful.
I love them.
So I was just like to Laura, I've accidentally bought a caramel egg and a cream egg. And I was like, it's fine, I'll have the caramel egg, you have the cream egg. And then we didn't eat them until the evening, but in the meantime, I'd unwrapped the cream egg and the caramel egg and swapped them. Now she noticed, I think she took a bite and was just like, this is no cream egg.
That is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant.
I could have very easily just gone to the shop and bought another one, but that would I needed.
Or you could have just ate the caramel eggs like a decent human being. That is brilliant. I'm very impressed with you there.
And then I think I got some more cream eggs later, and then I went to fake do it, so that she thought that I had swapped it, but I hadn't. Oh. And then she then gave me the egg.
You're a bloody criminal, you are.
Yeah. Whilst I was off the other week, again.
I bet you've done no housework.
Very busy schedule. No, but I did accidentally give myself a challenge to work towards during the week. I was throwing around a ball and I threw it over my fence by accident because I'm an idiot. But rather than go completely over the fence, it went over like a little brick wall that I've got, and there's probably about 1.5 foot gap to the neighbour's house, and it fell down that kind of like gap crevice thing. So it's close, but also it's like a 7 foot tall brick wall. So I was like, I could just knock on the door, or I could try and get it like
new neighbours or current or old neighbours.
Old neighbours.
Okay.
Or I could try and covertly get it like a spy. So I was like, this is my challenge for the week.
So you waited till she was out.
Yeah, so I rang the doorbell to check they were out.
Brilliant. What did you do if they answered the door?
I don't know what I've done.
Run. Oh, hi, Ben.
Have you heard about the Lord Jesus Christ? That's what I said. And then, using a combination of a stepladder, a rake, because I thought in my head, if I got 2 rakes, I could use them like giant forks or like giant chopsticks to then pick up the ball.
You're so simple.
But the rakes were too wide for the crevice, and they kept on like scraping. And I was like, if someone catches me, I'm going to look like a right fucking weirdo. Am I not? So I was like, I can't do it in this way where I'm scraping the side of their house. They'll be like, they're a fucking murderer outside.
Why is there a guy stroking this person's house?
What's that noise? It sounds very ominous. So I was like, right, I can't do that. So then I found some shoelace, and I tied all the shoelaces together to make a rope. And then I tied a plastic bag to the end of that. To be fair, this was quite good. I then dropped the plastic bag down to the bull, and I very quickly shifted the rope, and the bag went under the bull. And then I picked it up, and I got away with it. That's how busy I was last week, Jason. That was my challenge. That took me 3 days.
I can just imagine on this whiteboard we have here, you're drawing diagrams of how is Ben going to get the ball?
It's like
in this gap.
If I buy a drone, I could fly the drone over and get the thing. Or I could just knock on the door and get it back.
Ball, Ben, rope,
plastic bag, rake? Question mark.
That's what you were doing, wasn't it? You drew a diagram like that.
I wish I'd thought of that, but no, I didn't. And that's what I spent my week off doing, Jason.
That is brilliant. I thought the best part of the story was going to be you just playing in your garden with a ball like a 10-year-old. But actually, it's the plan to try and get the ball back, which has actually made that brilliant. I cannot believe you're such a child.
I love a challenge. I wasn't about to just take the easy way out. I was going to take the long, complicated,
Bless you.
Put some thought into that.
I love the way that you check to see if the neighbours are out or not.
No, because I did try it when they were in, and I was like, if I get caught, I'm going to look like...
You were naked as well.
I was standing on a stepladder with 2 rakes in my hands. I'd be like, I look like a fucking nutcase. So I was like...
And because Laura weren't here to do the washing up and washing clothes, you were butt naked. Or you were wearing a plastic bag as pants.
Wearing a baseball cap backwards. And so I was like...
And your foreigner's t-shirt that you got.
That's what I'll do. So... I quite enjoyed that. It was a real rush. Because, when I was doing it, I was just like, I don't want to get caught, I don't want to get caught, I don't want to get caught.
Break in next door and you start leaving notes around the house for them to find.
I'll start slightly rearranging their kitchen. I'll, put the spoons in, a different cupboard, and I'll cause tension between them. That's when I swoop in.
And then what you do is you'll swap all their pictures in the house, like pictures of, Morgan Freeman.
Or me. See if they put 2 and 2 together. God. And then, because we had quite a lot of news today,
that was brilliant.
We're gonna end the show on that. So
no, we're playing a game.
We've got way too much content for this, so we're gonna end the show now. All right.
We've ended it on a high.
I didn't expect we'd talk about the ball rescue for as long as we did. So we'll do Cat's Comment Corner next time.
Oh, I hope we get some emails about your story. I'd love it.
Is that not the best Mission Impossible? Is that not the lowest budget Mission Impossible story?
I don't know the fact you're acting like you're like a 7-year-old playing your garden with a ball on your own. What were you doing? Just
I was just
chucking it up in the air and running after it or something?
It was a rugby ball, so I was.
I
was trying to practice my throws.
Not that again.
And then I made the dreadful mistake of throwing it towards a small wall.
Last time you did that, you fucking broke a pipe.
Yeah, I did, yes. And that pipe's still broken. Anyway, we're going to say bye to everyone, so thank you all for listening.
Bye.
I'll catch you all next time. Bye. So, Jason, where can you get more Sweet Connection in your life?
Well, Ben, we are on Facebook at Sweet Connection Podcast, and we're also on Twitter at SweetC_podcast. So you can give us a like or a follow.
And you can also find us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and Podbean. So if you enjoyed the show, you can give us a rating or a review or recommend to a friend.
And if you wanted to email in a topic or a question or just say hi, it's thesweetconnection@outlook.com.
And if you like this show, you should definitely check out all the other amazing podcasts on the No Please Don't network. Visit www.nopleasedon'tpodcast.com. Massive thanks to Kip and Carlisle Laurent for all of our jingles. Thank you for listening and catch you next time.
Sweet Connection.